Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about another aspect of personal hygiene, which is hand washing. Do you know that hand washing is a very important aspect of personal hygiene? Especially when we use the restroom, when we shake hands with people, and when we touch public points like car handles, door handles, rails of staircases, and we do so without washing our hands, we expose ourselves to risk of coming down with certain illnesses like flus, cold, and gastrointestinal disorders. Hand washing, as we know, can save us from contracting such avoidable illnesses. The hand is the part of the body that is used for manipulation and for touching. And so when we contaminate our hands and we fail to wash our hands, we have high chances of introducing our contaminated hands into the mouth, to the nostrils, or into the eyes, or into the ears. At such points, we introduce these microbes into the system where they will go in and cause some illnesses. Therefore, we need to wash our hands constantly and regularly, and properly too. When we eat without washing our hands after contaminations, we introduce certain microbes like Salmonella typhi, which is a causative organism of typhoid fever. We introduce it into our system and we come down with typhoid fever. When we cook without washing our hands properly, we cook for the family, or if we are food handlers, like people that cook in the restaurants, or we serve food in the restaurants without washing our hands properly, we introduce these microbes into the food which people eat, and we expose these people to infections which will make them come down with typhoid fever. So hand washing and proper hand washing is very, very important for our health. It's very important. If you come back from work and you touch your children without washing your hands properly, or you are a nursing mother, you prepare the baby's food without properly washing your hands, or you breastfeed the baby without washing your hands, you risk the life of the baby because you introduce microbes into the food of the baby, which the baby will eat and come down with certain illnesses. Therefore, we ought to wash our hands properly every time we come back from outings, when we come back from farm, when we come back from the office, or when we come out of the restroom. We wash our hands properly. If we do not wash our hands, we go ahead to shake people and we transmit such contaminations to such people. Or if we are like health workers and we touch a patient and we do not wash our hands, we go ahead to touch the next patient. We become like human vectors which transmit disease or microbe from one point to the other. Thereby we pose as risk to the environment. We become nuisance to the environment by transferring one microbe from one point to the other. So the importance of hand washing cannot be overemphasized. So today I want to encourage us to wash our hands properly, to be able to avoid certain diseases, certain infections which can be avoided by properly washing our hands. If I may ask, what is proper hand washing as recommended by the World Health Organization? For us to wash our hands properly, we need to wash our hands with clean water and soap. And preferably, we need to wash our hands under running water, except when such running water is not available. But under standard conditions, we need to wash our hands with soap and clean water under running water. And when we want to wash our hands, first of all, when we are at the sink to wash our hands, we first of all remove our watches and our bangles because we don't need to wash our hands with them on. And then we wet our palms with the water. After wetting our palms with the water, we we introduce soap, either liquid soap or bar soaps, to our palms, and we rub them properly to allow them form foam. When they foam on our palms, we now rub the palms together and we interlock the fingers in order to allow our fingers to wash the spaces between our fingers by interlocking them. After properly doing that, we now wash the back of our palms, doing the same interlocking and using it for each other, as they say in the local parlance that when the left hand washes the right hand also washes the left hand. So, but after doing that, washing the back of our palms, we now interlock our fingers and rub them this way, washing the inner aspect of the tip of our fingers. After doing that, we now form our hands into this pattern and rub them in a circular motion, rub them on our palms, thereby washing the tips of our finger. And we do the same thing for this other hand. After doing it, we now come to our wrists. We wash the wrists. After washing the wrists in this manner, washing the wrist, we now come to the gap between the index finger and the thumb. We wash it properly. After washing it, we hold the thumb in this manner, and in this rotatory manner we wash the thumb. We also do the same for this particular hands. So after washing all these parts of our hands, we now, with the use of a clean tissue paper, we now on the tap, and under the tap we put our hands. We rinse our hands very well, rinsing our hands lavishly with the running water, and making sure that every aspect of the hands we scrubbed is rinsed properly. After doing that, we now pick a dry, clean towel and clean our hands properly, drying them up. And after drying our hands, we will be rest assured that our hands are now clean, and we can now go ahead to pick food items, like picking an apple from the dining table to eat, or properly touching your children or the baby, or we can properly now breastfeed the baby without contaminating such a baby. So we go ahead to do whatever we want to do. At that point, our hands are clean. So the question again is, what if there's no water and soap available at that point in time? Maybe we are not at home, or we are not in the office, so we don't have access to soap and water. At such point, when we don't have access to soap and water, we can use alcohol-based hand sanitizers to clean our hands. As far as such alcohol-based hand sanitizer have 60% alcohol content. So if they do, they are good to use for the cleaning of our hands, because such alcohol-based hand sanitizer can kill off all the germs, almost 90% or 90-something% of the germs that we can contact with our hands. So at this point, we can use such alcohol-based hand sanitizers to clean our palms and make them safe for us to use to either eat or shake other people, or to touch our children or touch surfaces in the house. So you can agree with me that hand washing is a very important aspect of personal hygiene. If we do not wash our hands and we touch one person and go ahead to touch another person, we become human vectors that transfer disease from one person to the next, and thereby we pose as a nuisance to the environment. We become risky to our fellow, our neighbor and our neighbors and our friends, and even our children, our family members. So to wash our hands properly and regularly is essential aspect of health, because it can help us avoid certain diseases which are avoidable. Today, we want to encourage us to wash our hands regularly and properly. Anytime we get exposed, we go out and come back. We from the farm, from the office, or wherever we go off, after using the restroom, we wash our hands properly before we go ahead to eat or to touch or to shake people, in order to maintain a good personal hygiene. My name is Dr. Collins Wafo. I want to encourage you to please like and share this message, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.